Ich würde sagen, nach Fritz geht's direkt rüber zum neuen J-Laser-Video. Der hat nämlich was mit Iron Man und Jarvis gemacht. Expanding Nanotech Iron Man Helmet with Heads-Up-Display. Das sieht schon wieder völlig krass aus. Wir haben uns das letzte Video hier auch angeschaut mit den Black Panther Shoes. Das war auch sehr, sehr, sehr krass. Aber ich bin gespannt, was also das sieht mal wieder völlig gestört aus. Let's go. Ich bin gespannt. J-Laser-Video ist immer Killer.
You know Marvel's latest technology for arming their superheroes. Black Panther's got it. Y'all asked for Star-Lord's helmet, which has it too. And of course Iron Man's got it in his latest suit version.
Genau, aber das funktioniert natürlich nur im Film, oder?
And it's really cool, mostly because it doesn't look that physically possible. But, you know, let's try and make it anyways.
Sieht komplett unmöglich aus, aber ich mach's einfach trotzdem, weil ich bin J-Fucking-Laser.
Come up with to make an expandable Iron Man.
Ey, der ist so krass, der Typ.
Bonus points if we can make it fully metal, maybe add a heads-up display, some sort of AI, and a voice assistant like Jarvis. Holy shit, that's a tall order. Alright, run the clips. So at first, Tony uses a robot to assemble the Iron Man suit to his body.
Also ich habe nicht so ganz verstanden, was er jetzt bauen will, to be honest.
Sick, but then he upgrades it even more to a briefcase design. So now it like self-assembles, which I think is just such a cool scene. Like when his mask drops down at the end. Gets me every time. But yeah, then he goes on to invent one that flies onto his body, and then finally ends up with some nanotech that just appears out of nowhere, basically. Honestly, I prefer the more mechanical design though. Like, I think it's a little bit more like tangible or real. I think nanotech just looks too CGI. But yeah, let's try and replicate a few of these mechanisms, see if we can come up with
What the fuck? Diese Mechanismen will der nachbauen, ist ja komplett verrückt.
similar.
Ey, der ist doch, also, das geht doch nicht. Das ist doch nur Filmstuff.
For now, because you know this is already gonna be really hard. But to make a mask, first we need a mold. So after a little bit of digging, I found a video showing a pretty easy way to make a mold of a human head. Basically, we're gonna saran wrap my head, then wrap duct tape around it. Cut it
Gaffer regelt immer. Bei uns auch.
What could go wrong? Yo, you wanna cover my head in saran wrap? Alright, so like, should I show you the video? I want half of
Sein Kumpel macht doch immer alles mit. Komplett geil.
video on how to do it.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to explain it to you. Don't tape over my mouth. It's kind of the one thing you have to not do. And then you just put tape around everywhere. I wonder how it gets out of it. He skips that part?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Unangenehm. Ich habe ja auch mal so eine Maske gemacht für das Face ID-Video. Da hat Carina mich ja auch mit so einer Paste eingeballert. Das war auch echt nicht so das Angenehmste, ne?
Just keep going.
Oh, stressig. Ich hätte gar keinen Bock in seiner Situation zu sein gerade.
Let's add the tape now. What do you think?
A new type of section. You wrap it
Sieht
and
ganz, ganz falsch aus. Oh Gott.
you actually tape it on top.
Demonstration.
Muss ganz dringend los.
Here it is, the banana.
Fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Das geht in eine ganz falsche Richtung gerade.
Lost my ears, I lost my smell. Close me out. Close me out. Do it.
Do it!
I should do a blind build test. See what I can build just blind. Probably pretty good, right? Good?
Das sieht ganz komisch aus.
Nice.
Alright, we're done. I'm gonna head out. It's good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Was denken die Nachbarn? Ich glaube, bei dem haben wir schon längst aufgehört, Fragen zu
Hey
stellen.
man, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Oh, that's so... Oh my god, I'm cutting your hair.
God. You can cut a little bit, I guess.
Oh, this thing. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Your hair is all good.
There's my head.
That's so dope.
Oh, aber echt coole Variante, muss man sagen.
The mold, now to make it a little stronger, more solid, we're gonna use some spray foam. Alright, let's just let this guy dry for a couple hours and probably not gonna have any visitors either, because I'm not trying to explain that. Now we got this guy. As if this workshop wasn't creepy enough, yeah, this is the wrong place to rob if you're a burglar. Anyways, I started by just printing a paper template mask to fit to this guy. I thought this might help me get an idea of kind of the mechanism we were gonna use to make the helmet, you know, go on and off the head.
Es ist so interessant, wie der an so Probleme rangeht.
Like maybe we cut the helmet into slices and make it all like fold together, kind of like a curved telescope.
Er will wirklich diesen Iron Man Mechanismus bauen, Alter.
So then I moved to some sheet metal. Now the trick is going to be figuring out the whole slide mechanism and also how we're actually going to like move the pieces and get them to slide out. I thought maybe some servo motors.
Ich finde, die Idee ist natürlich übel geil, aber es ist so absurd, das überhaupt zu versuchen.
The ears could be a good idea. Spin everything out kind of like a helmet visor, but it'll be like the whole helmet. And I also thought about using Nitinol, a nickel titanium alloy, which is basically temperature activated memory wire. Basically, you can program it into any shape.
Ja. Sowas hatte ich früher auch mal als Kind. Ich hatte so eine Büroklammer und wenn du das halt gebogen, wenn du dann Feuer drunter gepackt hast, hat es sich zurückgebogen, habe ich nicht mega mit verbrannt.
Want by heating it up super hot and then letting it set. And now you can bend it out of shape and it'll automatically return to its original shape when heated.
Es ist so eine coole Technologie, wirkt mega magisch.
Nearly as much space as motors, and it's super simple. And in theory, you could make the whole helmet out of this Nitinol stuff. You could just bend it around your neck when you're not using it, wear it like a scarf. Then when you need the helmet, just heat it up to like 100 degrees and it'll spring up onto your head. And bonus, it's also super strong because it's made of titanium. Few issues though. First, the cost. This stuff is like dumb expensive. This ball right here, $500. So like a full helmet would be crazy. Also, you need a design that would like ergonomically fold up and also a way to forge and mold it. But if you could figure all that out, I think it'd be really cool. Maybe in the future we'll do that. But for now, I kind of scrapped the whole sliding mechanism idea.
Ich frage mich auch mal, wie viel Geld er für seine Sachen so ausgibt. Das würde mich auch mal interessieren.
Search of a simpler method. And that's when I came across this device right here. This is an inflatable bike helmet called the Helm. It's actually made by a Swedish company. And basically, it's an airbag for your head. So you wear this thing around your neck. It's got an accelerometer along with a pressure cylinder, so it detects movement if you fall and deploys the helmet around your head almost instantly. Sort of similar to the nanotech Iron Man uses. So
Krass. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich dem vertrauen würde, aber
I
krass.
got myself one, and we're gonna see if we can turn this into sort of an Iron Man helmet. But the only issue is because it's a helmet, it's only meant to be used once. So there's no way to actually trigger it without crashing it.
Are you nervous?
Me?
Yeah.
No further questions. All right.
Boah, ich hätte ja echt ein bisschen Schiss, to be honest.
It knows I'm faking it.
Boah, Alter, auf Kommando hinfliegen, aber so auf Real ist echt nicht ohne.
You gotta want it.
I know.
Oh, das ist so eine Überwindung. Kann er nicht einfach schubsen, to be honest, so einfach und dann fliegt der? Müsste es doch eigentlich angehen, oder? Oh, lol. Das sieht ja voll witzig aus. Aber bringt es so viel? Ist ja eigentlich nur Luft.
Dude, that looks so cool. That is so cool. Pop was loud.
Dude, that pop was loud. That was crazy. It's kind of sturdy, huh?
Krass.
You're gonna give away our whole plan. So there it is. When I crash, the helmet deploys. Now keep in mind, this helmet is meant to be used with a bike, and in a more serious crash to be like a harder jolt, which would trigger the helmet faster. But you can clearly see the helmet does deploy out of the collar, and here's some crash footage from Hoofding, and as you can see, it really is just an airbag for your head. Explodes out of nowhere, really cool. But I think we can take this
Sieht schon sehr cool aus.
design and modify it to be reusable. Maybe change the color a little bit so it doesn't look like George Washington. So I remade the neck collar out of some fabric and snaps, so it can still bust open but be reusable. Then I replaced the one-time use helium cartridge with some good old-fashioned CO2. Not sure exactly why they used helium in the first place. Who knows, maybe it was an added feature, like once it deployed it would float us away to a hospital. Anyways, now it's reusable, I blacked it out. Here it is. Fits around your neck and you can deploy it with a push of a lever. It pops out and boom, instant protection.
Okay, das hat er jetzt aber auch nicht selber gebaut, ne?
Thanos, but maybe his younger brother or something.
Okay, aber kommt da noch was drauf? Okay, aber das ist ja im Prinzip einfach nur ein Ding schwarz gefärbt.
Maybe one day we could make a whole inflatable suit or something. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So this is definitely some good head protection, but it still doesn't really look like Iron Man. So
Nein.
I'm gonna do another version. I still want this one to fold out, but the main focus is gonna be on its looks. So I thought about, 3D printing a helmet, because that would still look pretty cool, but it's a new year, trying to step up my game. So instead we commissioned a fully metal custom CNC Iron Man helmet. This thing is
Das war teuer.
so sick too, like it looks and feels exactly like an Iron Man helmet should. While we're at it, I also had to make a full metal Iron Man gauntlet as well. Stuck a little repulsor inside. Definitely be adding more mods soon, but in the meantime, we're actually gonna give this one away. So if you want it, all you gotta
heavy cool.
do, obviously drop a like and subscribe, then hop on over to Insta, toss us a follow, and then like the pic so we can pick a winner. Actually, pretty soon though, we're gonna be able to make all sorts of metal projects like this in-house. I'm talking CNC machines, plasma cutters. It's gonna be so cool. Plus we got
Das will er sich alles holen,
a lot of
krass.
great projects already in the works that some of you guys are actually helping us make. Back to the helmet. The nice thing about it is it's actually already made of a couple parts. We got the back of the helmet, the body, and the mask. So now what we gotta do is just automate the parts folding up onto our head, which proved to be harder than I thought. Surprise, surprise. So my idea was to store
Wie immer.
the helmet kind of hanging off the user's back like a backpack. But with the push of a button, the helmet will slide up onto the user's head, the top will fold over, and then the mask will drop down just like the movies.
Das wäre halt geil, oder?
So I first started with the mask section. This is a classic feature in any Iron Man helmet, and it's actually pretty easy to do. All you need is one servo in the helmet and some lever arms to connect the mask right above the eyes. Just
Aber schon geil.
JB weld everything in place, and boom, your mask moves just like the movies.
Geil.
But you know, we ain't stopping there. Next step, much harder. We need the helmet to fold a complete 180 degrees all the way up and land on the user's head. For this, I got some linear actuators and a hinge to bolt the two helmet parts together. Basically, these linear actuators use a little DC motor to convert rotational motion into linear motion. So I added a small one inside the helmet that will, in theory, pull the helmet up, around, and onto the head. I also added a lever piece sticking out to give us a slightly better mechanical advantage
Da steige ich dann noch raus an der Stelle.
when closing the helmet. So I got the mechanics working like it was closing the back, but as soon as I tried the full weight of the helmet, there was absolutely no shot it was gonna lift that. So the helmet weighs about 4 pounds on its own, so you know, not too bad. The linear actuators are rated for more than that, but the physics are not in our favor. Like, we're pulling from right up near the fulcrum. So the short distance of travel means we need some massive torque to be able to pull this. I was actually gonna measure the force required to pull this helmet up and over from that point, but it turned out like I couldn't actually physically do it myself.
Oh, krass. Okay.
No way a small linear actuator could do it. We're gonna need a better mechanical advantage. So I stepped it up and got a few of these. As you can see, they're the same, but much bigger. Because I was thinking, like, why do we need all the electronics packed inside the helmet? We're gonna have to have some sort of backpack anyways. Might as well just stick all the electronics in there. So my new design uses one actuator to move the helmet up and down, and then two more to rotate a plate that pushes the helmet up and around and onto my head. And I mounted everything to a full metal frame. You know, we ain't messing around anymore. Added a LiPo battery, a few switches to control it.
Die Sachen werden ja mittlerweile so richtig solid, so kein Gaffer mehr.
Easy.
Ich habe ein bisschen Schiss, dass mich das erschlägt.
Yep, and then that's just gonna drop down once I figure out that mechanism. Oh God!
Oh Gott, ich hätte echt Schiss, dass mich das erschlägt.
Well, kinda. Yeah, to avoid the helmet just slamming down on my head each time, just giving me mild concussions, I added a door dampener to the back of the helmet so it would lower the mask down slowly. And I also added some straps so we can wear it like a backpack. And I also added a quick release hinge to the helmet, so once it's on our head, you know, we can disconnect it and move our head around freely. I was also thinking about making like the whole backpack cover the helmet when we're not using it. I decided not to though, because on its own, the backpack is pretty low profile. And I didn't want to make it look super bulky just to cover the helmet, because it already looks pretty cool. So I just covered the wires, did a little bit of aesthetics, and left it at that. So now the last step is to add the light up eyes and heads up display. For the eyes, I'm going the standard method of using two LEDs pointed in at some plexiglass, so we can still see through it, but they'll glow just like Iron Man. But that's
Geil.
the easy part. Now we need to cram a pair of these high-tech Vuzix smart glasses into the helmet. These glasses are super sick though. They've got an augmented reality display in the eye that only the user can see, so it looks like things are just overlaid over your vision. They've got a camera, they've got Wi-Fi compatibility, and they run Android, so it's basically like having a smartphone on your face. So here's some cool stuff they can do. I'll try and record the screen and put it up there so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing. Basically it looks like a screen.
Ich bin echt gespannt, wann die ersten richtigen AR-Glasses mal rauskommen. Bin ich echt mal gespannt, weil das ist, glaube ich, auch nochmal so Next Step, krasse Technologie.
About 6 inches big, maybe 2 feet away from your face. All right, so now we're recording the screen. So you can see this is the interface. We're just kind of swiping through all the apps here. Pop into the camera. That's the camera I'm filming with. This is what I see. So you can take pictures, record video, all that stuff. Got Alexa on this thing. You can watch Netflix on this thing. But the really cool apps are the ones like the translation. So I can pop into this, which is basically a universal translator. Scans any text, overlays it with the correct language. So I've got this sign, just says danger. Pretty helpful to know if you don't speak the language. Pop it right there, grab a picture. Boom.
Oh, geil. Geil.
Live translation right on the screen. Check that out. Pop onto this translation app. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Boom, where's the library? There's that 6th grade Spanish. So now we gotta put them in the helmet, which again was much harder than I thought. Like the issue was because we made the mask actually move already, wasn't a lot of room for these glasses. The way these glasses work is they've got a tiny projector in the side, bounce light into your eye off the special glasses lens. So I ripped everything apart and mounted that little projector.
Oh, dass er das noch zu funktionieren bekommt, wenn er so auseinander nimmt, wäre eine starke Leistung.
Right in the center of our eyes. So we got it in the center and then put the glasses lens over one eye so it could still project onto that. And I mounted all the other electronics onto the masked face. And now the last piece of the puzzle, myself. Like if I'm trying to play a genius,
billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
I gotta look the part.
Oh, Tony Stark in the house. Oh, geil. Geil. Das ist schon 10 von 10 Stick. Also wenn du das selber gebaut hast, Alter, 10 out of 10.
Get out of it. All we gotta do, flip the helmet back. And lower it all back down.
Okay, das sieht ein bisschen weird aus, aber egal. Trotzdem cool.
Back onto the back, just like that. So now we got both light up eyes and a fully functional augmented reality display built right into the Iron Man helmet.
Geil.
A little hard to show you guys, but you can see right there is the screen. See it see-through, like you can see my hand in the background. So overlays the screen with your actual field of view.
Stark.
Got my
Stark. J-Laser-Video ist so heftig.
phone right here, control it, or you can say, hello Vuzix, take a
Mit eigenem Jarvis, basically. Hammer.
picture. And you see it opens up the camera app. You can see I'm waving my hand around the front.
Schwierig zu zeigen halt, ne?
Take the picture. And it took the picture. And we've all the apps we want. We can just swipe through them all. Weather, all this stuff we can use. Again, I don't have time in this video to go through all the capabilities of this, but a lot of stuff this thing can do. Honestly deserves its own video.
The point is, this is the most advanced Iron Man helmet I've ever seen, and it gets put on your head automatically. And you know, it's not perfect. Obviously, it's got its flaws too. This is the first version, so I definitely could have built it a lot cleaner. Some of the mechanisms get stuck, and like some of the controls are hard to work.
Get it smoother.
Boah, schon nicht ungefährlich.
Oh God.
But for a first version, you know, full metal, super high tech, I'm pretty happy. I'd honestly like to know if you guys have seen anything more realistic, more high tech. I'd love to check it out, so let me know.
Sehr starkes Video. Schaut bei J-Laser vorbei. Bitte abonniert meine Channels. Danke. Stay curious. Lol.